Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's come into a comfortable place on your mat. And begin to feel the support of your seat, the support of the ground. So yes, first and foremost, just notice and experience support. Experience how this ground is so solid and it's not budging. Experience safety. Because without that sense of safety, in that first energy center, in that rootedness of safety in the ground, the rest is really highly inaccessible. So notice how all is well in this moment and that you're safe. And then tune into your breath and begin to experience the luxury of breath, this delightful in-breath and out-breath that nourishes the body. You can bring your attention to the nostrils themselves and just kind of sip in tiny little sips of in-breaths. Kind of not like forceful, but just nice little sips. Soft, so that the in-breath can enter the body in such a soothing and soft and long way, filling up the lungs and filling up the heart space, filling up the belly, and noticing that breath nourishing all of the tight places in the body, including the shoulders and the lower back and the jaw, the neck. Delight in the breath. And notice your face, and if it's kind of like closing in into like a strong focus or a seriousness. And see if you can soften your face and let that sense of delight also kind of be felt around your jaw muscles. The area in between the eyebrows, if it's crunched in, just let it relax. Let be softness all around the body. Be balanced with a alertness to presence, to sounds, to a peacefulness within the silence. Let yourself once again take in a deep in breath, nice and slow, all the way up, filling the lungs. And a release. Now let's start to move the body a little to reawaken your senses to movement. And wherever you are, just gonna start to just loosen yourself up a little. Like for me right now, since I was in a seated position, it feels really good to bow forward. And to kind of even like get out of my seat into a little bit onto my hands and knees. And it just happened naturally. I didn't force it. It just came. If you're on your back, just maybe some movements that come to you. You might feel like twisting. You might feel like side bending. And if you are on your back, eventually make your way over to sit with us in a seated meditative position. No rush to get there. And take the hands and just place them by the heart, either joined together in prayer pose or stacked on top of the heart. Naturally, my hand wants to come to my belly, so I'm going to let it do that. And you can see where in the torso the hands rest, end up. And bring within yourself this kind of sense of intentionality for this practice today. Like you came here, and make it about something meaningful, like maybe it's just that you want to enjoy the movement of the body, and it's just lovely, and that's all it is, and that's wonderful. And maybe it's you're struggling with something and you want to kind of help to let it go. Just tune into whatever it is that brought you here today. And that's what I love about the yoga practice, is that it's such a beautiful union of mindfulness and heart space, physicality. And honoring all of this, we'll open with the sound of Om, a cleansing breath. Inhale. As you open your eyes, slowly take some time to just get into your wrists a little bit. Just acknowledging that those wrists are not really made for a lot of weight. And we do a lot of weight on them in yoga, so we want to just be mindful of giving them a little bit of loosening up. And to do this around the practice and throughout the practice is also super helpful as you notice any tightness. And then come into a table pose. And if you need cushioning under your knees, you'll know it'll feel tender, and you might kind of pull your mat underneath you in this way to give a little bit of cushioning, or place something under your knees. Take a breath in as you open your heart until you tilt your tailbone up. And on the out breath, curl the spine and find this looking down towards the belly, and maybe even rocking the head a little. Inhale, open. And exhale, curl. And do that a couple more times on your own. 2 more times. Take your knees apart a little and walk your hands forward, a couple of handprints forward, and start to shift forward and back, and allow for the shifting back and forth to start to give you permission to rotate side to side as well. Notice the placement of the knees and where they need to be. For some of us, it could be uncomfortable to have the knees separated, so listen to your body. We've got this gift that we all have, which is our intuition. And some of us have, including myself, and I've had to learn it myself, is that we start to depend and rely on other people's advice about stuff. Teachers, intuitives, healers, all kinds of stuff. And that's super helpful. It's been super helpful in my experience. But at some point, we gotta kind of find our own way. Let that take you into a child pose at some point, and invite a kind of once again, a bow down and a recognition of this earth and its support. Two more breaths here. Letting your heart melt a little more. And let the in-breath be felt in the back body too, nourishing the entire back. Relax your shoulders. And come back towards the center as you find your table pose again. Take your left leg back, curl the toes under, and just kind of loosen up around that leg. Just shifting back and forth, getting into your calf muscles a bit. And then press the shoelace side of that foot onto the ground and rock the heel side to side a bit to get into your ankle a bit more. At some point, dial that heel all the way to the left and come onto your right arm. And you'll notice it's a little hard to balance here. So you'll take the bottom half of your right leg and kind of tilt it backwards a bit to give you some more balance. And open up to the side of the room. And maybe playing around a bit with stretching of the left side body by moving that upper arm around a bit. And also potentially enjoying a circular motion for your shoulder blade. Rotating the arm around. One more in-breath. And out breath, releasing back to the center and extending the right leg back, curling the toes under for some back and forth motions. Getting to know this physical body from the inside through sensation. And flip the foot and rock it side to side again. Eventually dialing that heel all the way to the side and coming onto that left arm, repositioning your leg as you expand. Maybe take a moment to circle the wrist around a little, finding some motions around the shoulders. Beautiful. One more in-breath. On the out, returning back to center. And take a break with your wrists. Flip them a little so the fingers are facing back. And do whatever you need to do with those wrists for a moment, even taking pressure off of them completely and shaking them up a little if needed. Then make your way to your downward facing dog. Getting to know the entire backs of the legs, the upper back, mid back, balancing the length of the spine with the strength of your core. Feel your heartbeat, reconnect to the earth. Reach the right leg up towards the sky with the in-breath. On the out-breath, bring the knee towards your chest, curling into a plank pose. Do it again. Inhale, lengthen back. And exhale, curl. 2 more times. Last time. And step the foot forward into a warrior one. Activate the feet firm into the ground. Rise up. Feel the rootedness of the feet. Literally bring your attention into the feet. Feel the bottom of the feet. And imagine that you're growing roots under your feet, like the roots of a tree. And then start to position your arms in a place where it feels comfortable to you. For me, it doesn't feel bad to reach them up. Some of us prefer goalpost arms. Take a breath in. And on the breath out, open it up to your warrior two. Find the placement of the legs, placement of the feet. Enjoy the stretch of the arms and the opening of the heart, long spine. And then flip the front hand and reverse your warrior, staying really active and rooted in your right foot. Come back towards the center, cartwheel your hands through, and make your way back to your downward facing dog. Deep breath in as you reach your left leg up towards the sky. On the breath out, knee towards the chest, curling. And again. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale, step it forward, warrior one. In your warrior one, find the place where you're not overly tensing and you're not overly loose, so that you're in the middle between tension and ease. Good. And warrior two. Flipping the front hand to reverse your warrior. Inhale. Root down a little more to reach up. And exhale, slowly coming back through to your downward facing dog. Feel the support of the ground. Feel the fluidity of breath. And the place in the middle, softness mixed with strength. And then shift your weight forward in a plank pose. Find a strong plank, active plank. And we'll take the first version of our Chaturanga Dandasana, lowering the knees to the ground. Inhale. With the exhale, hug the elbows in towards the midline and lower down halfway. Then lower down all the way, elongating each leg at a time equally. Activate the shoelace sides of the feet and open your heart for baby cobra pose. Engage your legs to a point where you're really feeling your quads and glutes. And then press yourself back up, either with the knees on the ground or not, into a reverse push-up, back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in, long breath out. Let's do it again, this time learning the second option we have. Shift your weight forward, feel a sturdy plank, strong legs. You can try to keep the knees off the ground as you dial the elbows in and lower halfway. Inhale, opening up to upward facing dog and to your downward facing dog. So these two options are here for you to choose from throughout the practice today. Another option is to skip them completely and go straight to downward dog. Deep breath in, long breath out. Take the right leg up towards the sky with the in-breath. With the out-breath, step it forward. Open your heart. Walk the back foot forward into a forward fold. And stay in your forward fold for a couple of breaths. You can always bend the knees a lot. Let your torso do what it wants. I encourage you to find the bottom of your feet and feel your roots. Slowly, we will rise up. You might place your hands on your thighs, squat down, and come into a chair pose. Here, you'll open the heart slightly. Arms are facing forward. Classically taught, the arms are facing up, but it doesn't feel good on my shoulders, but it might feel good for you, so you might explore that. Find a neutral pelvis where you're not overly arching or tucking, but in the middle. Sink a little bit lower for 3, 2, 1, rise for Tadasana. And relax your arms alongside your body. Imagine that you are a glass of water that's full of sand, And invite that sand to the bottom of the glass. Let the sand settle into the earth, into your base. Okay, engage the hands again and reach up. Deep breath in. On the breath out, bow into a forward fold. In for a halfway lift. Out, plant the palms, step your left foot back and your right foot back, either to down dog or vinyasa through. Take the right leg up towards the sky with the in-breath. On the out-breath, knee to the chest, curl it. Do it one more time. Inhale, bow. Exhale, step it forward for warrior one. Stabilize the feet, rise nice and high. Breath in. On the breath out, warrior two. Inhale to reverse your warrior. And exhale to cartwheel the hands through to down dog or vinyasa. Let it all settle down to the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Left leg rises up, breath in. On the breath out, knee to chest, curl. Again. Step it forward, warrior one. Opening up to warrior two. Reverse it with the in-breath. The out-breath, either to down dog or vinyasa through. Deep breath in, long breath out. With the in-breath, the right leg rises to the sky. With the out-breath, the knee comes to the chest. Step forward, warrior one. As you rise up, breath in. On the breath out, either stack the hands on top of the sacrum or interlace the hands behind the back, opening through the heart. Breathe it in. With the out-breath, hinge forward. Then tuck your chin into your chest and roll back up. Do this 3 more times. In and out. As you rise up, you might extend the front leg. And as you hinge forward, you would bend it. Let's do 2 more. Last time. Beautiful. Coming up into your warrior one, take it in. On the out, warrior two. Make fists with your hands to circle your wrists through. And then as you reverse your warrior this time, extend the front leg so that it's a reverse triangle. On the out breath, come back through the center for a side angle lunge. If you liked the rotation of the upper arm when you were in your supported side plank earlier, you might experience this here. Or you might come down a little bit deeper or go up a little higher. One more deep in breath. On the out breath, extend the front leg, reverse it. And open up with an in breath. On the out breath, cartwheeling the hands through, either through a vinyasa to down dog or skipping it. Left leg rises up with the in-breath. The out-breath, need a chest curl. Again, length. Curl, warrior one. Solidify the feet first and foremost. Find the earth, then rise. And from your warrior one, start to either stack the hands on top of the sacrum or interlace them behind the back, hinging forward with the in-breath. Out-breath, tucking and rolling up. Keep that rhythm of the breath throughout the entire practice. A slow rhythm is very healing because it becomes more magnetized with the rhythm of our Mother Earth. Two more, in and out. Last time, in and out. Warrior one, breath in. On the breath out, warrior two. The next time you reverse it, extend the front leg. Inhale. And on the exhale, a side angle lunge. The breath is patient, and the body is softening into the solidity of the pose. One more deep breath in and breath out. The next time you inhale, reverse the warrior again, breath in. On the breath out, cartwheeling through to down dog or vinyasa. Reach the left leg to the sky, inhale. On the exhale, step it forward. On the inhale, open your heart. And on the exhale, walk the back foot forward in a forward fold. Take your hands underneath your heels or underneath the front of your feet. And with as much bend as needed in the knees. Pull into the hands a bit upwards as you relax your shoulders. Feel the grounding sensation of a forward fold. Relax your neck. Release the hands. And sink down in a chair pose. Drop the hips. Lift the chest. Separate your feet hip distance apart at least, or a little wider. And hug the earth with your feet. So like spread the toes and kind of wrap the earth with your feet as you release the toes down, like a suction cup. Find a placement of the pelvis that's neutral with relaxed shoulders. Lower down a little bit more. Feel equal weight in the balls of the feet as in the heels for 3, 2, and 1. Rise up, relax the arms. Let that sand settle all the way to the ground. Good. Engage the hands and reach the arms over the head. In breath. On the out breath, bow into a forward fold. A half lift with the inhale. With the exhale, step the left foot back into a runner lunge. Open your heart, in breath. With the out breath, reach your arms back, still hinging forward. Relax your body a lot while firming up the feet into the earth. And then take it into a twist towards your right. So here you might take the elbow up and over the thigh, or you might bring your hand to a block on the ground. Take a breath in and a breath out. One more deep in breath. On the out breath, rise up to your crescent. And just take 3 dips up and down. Bending the back knee, tucking the pelvis under, dipping down for a moment, and rising up, in and out. In and out. Last time. Rise for the in-breath. On the out-breath, open it up to the side, and then take Warrior 2, facing the back of the room, onto your left leg. Yes. Take your time here to find your base and balance the strength of the warrior with the kind of receptiveness and openness of the warrior. And then come into your triangle pose. And start to release tension from your body in this triangle pose. In my experience, releasing tension from the body helps to release tension from the mind as well. For 3, 2, and 1, rise back up to the center. Take a breath in. And on the breath out, turn towards me again. This time with long legs facing me, hips are squaring to the front. Find your base under your feet. Activate those feet firmly into the ground like scissors apart. And we're going to take our way into a revolved triangle here. So taking the right hand to the thigh, extending the left arm up. If you have a block, you might place it to the side of your foot, either on the inside or on the outside. And then slowly start to hinge forward from the hips, either releasing your hand to the block on the inside or the outside, and twisting. For 3, stay active in both legs. 2, and 1. Come back to the center and come in a runner lunge. Walk the back foot back and toe heel the right foot towards the right. Toes are facing outwards for lizard pose. Here, we're just gonna either stay where you are or bend the back knee to the ground. Some of us might rock to the outside edge of that right foot. It's so good to see you, Rose. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Toe heel that foot towards the front. Come back into a runner lunge. Open your heart, bring your palms to heart space, and then shift forward, dragging the back foot slowly into a balance. And kind of play with the balance by potentially dropping the foot and lifting it if this becomes too much, or circle through the ankle. I'm going to take a twist now to the left, just opening our chest slightly to the left. Some of us might drop the right hand down to go a bit deeper in the twist. Feel your roots growing underground like the roots of a tree that supports gigantic trunks and huge branches. Those roots are important. Then come back to the center. Palms at heart space. Stay with me for just a little bit longer. Extend the front leg for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Shake it up a little. Find your base. And just bring your hands to your torso for a few moments. In breath and out breath. A subtle bend in the knees. Let the water clear. One more in breath. And out. Beautiful. Let's take our time. Reach the arms overhead. Deep breath in. On the breath out, bow, forward fold. In a halfway lift. Out, step the right foot back. coming into a runner lunge. Take an in-breath to open your heart. And with the out-breath, reach your arms back, hovering over your front thigh. The bones of your arms, and notice if you're clenching onto them, and let them float a little more inside your body. Good. From here, just rising up a little to open the heart before coming into a twist to the left. Whichever version you like, adjust the feet accordingly. And breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. Rise up to your crescent. You might have to walk the back foot forward a little more. Stabilize the pelvis. Let's take a few more dips up and down. So that back knee has to bend a little. Pelvis tucks under. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Rise up with the in-breath. Out-breath, turn to the side. And adjust the placement of your legs for warrior 2 facing the back of the room. So you're bending your right knee. And stabilizing your warrior 2. Bring attention to the arms again and the bones of the arms. Let them float inside the body. You're not holding them up, you're letting them float. Coming into your triangle pose. Breathing in and breathing out. Let the nourishing breath rise all the way into the chest and descend all the way into the belly. For 3, 2, 1, rise back up to the center and turn towards the front again. Solidifying those feet, active. Notice how my back foot is facing as much forward as it can, comfortably to the ankle. Reach the right arm up with the in-breath. Relaxed effort. Active feet and a hinging forward. Maybe you just come to pyramid pose if the revolved triangle is uncomfortable. Maybe you just bow and rest without the twist. Or if you like the twist, then you can take it. For 3, 2, and 1, release and come into runner lunge. Walk your right foot back. And start to toe heel that left foot towards the side for lizard pose. Maybe dropping the back knee. Notice the tension that you have kind of stored in the hips. And give it space so that it releases on its own. Just have the patience and be the witness. Nice. Slowly come on back towards the middle with that foot. Curl the back toes under to hover. Activate feet firm into the earth. Lift the chest. And remember, we're going to activate the front foot to drag the back foot through into balance. Now find a drishti, a point of focus on the ground. Try not to look in the mirror for this one. Just look on the earth in front of you, a few feet. Find a stable point. And then find that middle with your attention. It's not too focused, it's not too relaxed. And then twist to your right. Firmly rooted in the earth. For 3, 2, 1, come back to center, palms to heart space. Inhale and extend the front leg. For 4, 3, 2, and 1, relax. Once again, let everything settle back. Give it back to the earth, all that tension. Nice. We'll take a balanced pose together for tree pose. Again, visualize the tree, visualize the roots of a tree, how they descend into the rich, dark soil underground and spread all the way around, all the way around. And firm up your roots in the ground first. Take as much time as you need here. And then imagine that your legs are the trunk of a tree, and shift your weight into your right leg. Palms come to heart space. Find a gaze in front of you on a point in front of you that's stable. And very gently start to take your tree pose. Maybe those toes stay on the ground as the heels come to the ankle. Or you lift it a little higher under the knee or above the knee. Engage leg against leg firmly and grow your roots underground. And start to find an open heart here also. If you can imagine, trees with their branches are so open in surrender to the heavens. Grow tall in this way. Wedding of heaven and earth. Two more breaths. And slowly release. And flip the foot, the right foot, like we did earlier in the practice. Just rock the heel side to side. And just do whatever that foot needs to shake it up a little. And then again, suction cup the earth one more time with your feet, lifting and separating those toes and releasing them back down. Find your base. Find your roots. Find your drishti. And slowly start to move into the other side of tree. Two more breaths. And slowly release. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Let's take our way back to downward facing dog with your own flow to get there. From here, I'm going to be guiding you into a prone pigeon on the right leg. But I wanted to give you also the option to take your pigeon on your back or a different version of pigeon. Take the right leg to the sky, inhale. On the exhale, knee towards the right wrist, foot towards the left side of the mat, stabilizing your prone pigeon. There's an option here to take the left knee outwards and rest here instead if it's too intense on your hips. So keep that in mind in case you need it. And then start to stabilize your process getting into pigeon slowly. One breath at a time. Maybe kind of feeling into the upward open heart and noticing if you want to stay there or come on down further. One breath at a time. One day at a time. And as we take this one breath at a time into our daily lives, and the miracle begins to happen where we can be present for our own feelings. And by being present for our own emotions, we can care for them. So that we don't dump them on other people. And by caring for ourselves in this way, over time there is a deep acceptance and a beauty that emerges. It's truly for the benefit of all. Take a couple more breaths and then slowly through downward facing dog again. Take your way to the other side of pigeon. And we are all human. We're human. Human is a beautiful thing. We get to experience the magic of divine love, divine angelic forces within ourselves, and we also get to experience all of the creaturely aspects. And then have the two kind of meet in this human experience. Blessing the creature, blessing the darkness, shining the light of awareness onto it. And the more we do this within ourselves, the more it translates into the world. The expansiveness of love meets the contraction of the creature. In the human body. 2 more breaths. And we slowly come on out of the pose, wrap the back leg to the front, and eventually make it back onto our backs. And if everyone could place their heads towards the mirrors and their legs towards the paintings, that would be great. Let your body take any motion once you get to your back to kind of give it that organic feel of the freedom. And then at one point, you might take a reclining twist, pulling one knee to the chest for a squeeze and then letting both knees drop to the side. Or you might take a Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet coming together as the hips open. When the body feels complete, let it rest in Shavasana. And finding the place once again within us that came with an intention today, a heart's longing. Reconnect with that place. Bringing awareness to the crown of the head, inviting a openness, an energetic openness at the top of the head, a few inches above the head, like a small window or a big window that opens towards the sunlight. Soften your scalp and soften your head. Let that window open. Invite the light. Let it pour through. Downwards through the crown into the throat. And downwards into the chest. Into the arms and the shoulders. All the way out of the fingertips. And from the heart all the way down into the belly. Down to those lower chakras that are the primal and creaturely aspects of us. Nourishing them with love, with light, with acceptance and awareness. A sacred embrace. And let the light pour through the legs, through your roots all the way down into the earth. Delight in being, a human being. Om Sachidananda Parabrahma Purushottama Paramatma Shri Bhagavati Sameta Shri Bhagavate Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Take a breath in, inside out. And start to come back to the physical body. Maybe starting to kind of find some wiggling movements throughout the hands and the feet, while maintaining this healing energy with you throughout your day. It's always here. Just come back to it. Come back to it. And very gently start to turn your body over towards its side and rest there for a few moments. Take your time to rise up to your seat. We close the practice together by bringing the hands back to the heart space, either placed on top or joined together. Dear mystery, great mystery of life, out of which all things arise and transform. Thank you for this practice today together, for the communion, for the community. May our hearts remain open. May we be of service to all of humanity and all beings on this planet and our Mother Earth. Closing together with the sound of Om. First, a cleansing breath. Inhale. I thank you for allowing me to teach you today. The Great Spirit within me bows to the Great Spirit within you. Namaste. Thank you so much. Yay. See you guys very soon, I hope.